friend, it's Cami from the blog and YouTube channel Tidbits and Company. I am so delighted to welcome you into this year's Christmas home tour. Typically when I am decorating for Christmas, I have an overall theme or color scheme in mind as I go about doing it. This year, however, I really just let the style of our home inspire me and guide me, and I tried to use as much as we already had in our Christmas bins, but in a different way to give us a slightly different look this year. And I love how it turned out. What ended up happening was a more traditional red, white, and green Christmas color scheme, which we are just loving. But for the red, it's mostly a deeper, darker burgundy red, and I really enjoy how it turned out. So while it's a more traditional color scheme, it still fits maybe that old-fashioned or old world style that I love so much, that yields so well to our European farmhouse pole barn home. I purchased very little this year, maybe just some ribbon, a throw blanket, but I did invest this year in some really nice faux garland for the mantle and a few faux wreaths that look really realistic. I just felt like it was time to do that, so I didn't have to worry about buying expensive fresh ones every year. So I really think that will pay off, and I really enjoy how it looks and that it's not getting dry and crunchy. Now, per usual, I will have all the links to the items that you could actually go and purchase that you see in my home in the description, linked out for you, and also on my blog post for this Christmas home tour. However, a lot of the items are thrifted, antiqued, or DIY'd, so I hope you enjoy seeing that inspiration as well. My sister recently went to Hobby Lobby. She wanted to get new Christmas decor and quickly realized that the bills add up, and so it's really nice if you can collect things over time, DIY as much as you can, and get creative with your resources. I am going to talk you through this Christmas home tour on this video, explain some things, how I did them, as I'm showing you how I put it all together. However, if you just prefer a Christmas home tour with music, I am also going to post that style of a video as well. So pick your favorite way to watch and to tour our Christmas home, whether you want to listen to me talk you through it or just enjoy it with some music. I have both options for you this year. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope you enjoy this year's Christmas home tour. Our Christmas season always starts with going to the mountains and cutting down our Christmas tree. It is our absolute favorite tradition. This year was crazy. There was hardly any snow, but that enabled us to hike a little farther than we normally get, and we found the most beautiful tree this year. I can't wait to show you. We get 2 tree permits so that the kids can cut a little one down for their bedroom, which I'll show you later, but we were so excited about our find this year, and just the really special memories that we had up here in the mountains. It's always just the best way to get going. Now, this is actually during Thanksgiving, and we traveled to see family, and so we stopped at a lot of antique stores and checked out all the Christmas stuff. I was particularly hunting for some red and white plates, which I found some. I'm excited to put them in my home. But I love to just find antiques and see how I can sprinkle them around. All right, let me show you around our living room space. And I already taught you guys how I put together this mantle and this swag with the faux cedar garland that I bought. So if you need to check out that video to get a tutorial of how I did that, feel free. But I tried to keep with just that kind of old world, little women Christmas vibes. And it's fun to just do little things like put a basket of pine cones and satin ribbon bows here and there, or velvet bows. So that's kind of the vibe in here. And here I used my linen stockings that we make and sell in my shop. And this year I combined both the quilted linen stocking that we make and the non-quilted, and actually thought it was really fun to stack them together. The quilted stockings hold more of their shape, so if that's kind of the look you want, those are great for that. But then the non-quilted ones have more of that relaxed linen vibe, so I thought it was fun to mix both of those in there. Now, of course, I love throwing in linens in the pillows and the blankets and pulling in my color scheme that way. So I have just green pillows that I pretty much use almost all year, and then I found some red throw blankets at HomeGoods that I thought were the perfect color. On the centerpieces in this room, I just used those faux wreaths that I bought to kind of center it, which works great on this round coffee table. And then I also put those wreaths on the side table as well and put the vase in it. So really pretty. So the tree, I just think it's so beautiful. I have this little train set that I found at an antique store a long time ago, and my son in particularly loves it so much. Now the tree I kept very simple, and I just kept adding a few things at a time until I felt like it was enough, but not too much. So this year I did buy some velvet ornaments in that dark burgundy color, but then I pulled out everything else that we already had, some creamy white ribbon. I had some mercury glass ornaments from years past. I love the flicker candle lights. I think it definitely helps with that old world vibe. And then I pulled out my paper angels as well that I showed you guys how to make last year. So really simple touches in the living room, but it just feels so very cozy. Let's move on to the kitchen. The kitchen was so fun for me to decorate this year. I did a few things differently, but the first thing I always do is to swap out our dinner plates and dishware on these little open shelf units that I found antiquing long ago. Now, this is something every year I think, is it really worth the effort? Is it worth putting away the everyday dishes that we have and dragging out this new set of dishware that my mom gave me so many years ago? And I just question whether it's worth it. It's just one more thing to do, right? But my kids just love this so much, and every year I just force myself to do it. I realize how much it means to them. It's just those little things that, you know, say Christmas to your family. And for just having different dishes, it feels special the whole month of December, and it just mixes things up. So it really doesn't have to be big things, but when you pull out those few nostalgic items, it just gives your decor such a special feel. Now, this beautiful plate rack that I found at Vintage Market Days from my friend Holly, this is what I was looking for, the red plates. And I didn't find any Christmas specific red plates, but that's not really what I was looking for. But I found these really cool red floral ones that have like the sections in them. And I thought that was so much fun. So I was so delighted to find something for that plate rack. And on the baker's rack, I also have been collecting some red dishware as well. Again, they're not Christmas specific, but they just bring in the right colors. And I also found some of these red cardinals while we were antiquing as a family. So I had fun just popping them here and there, bringing out that little splash of red. I like decorating the back of these chairs with just a simple berry wreath and a command strip. It's really fun. So the tree that we cut down from the mountains, we trimmed quite a bit once we got it home, and I had several pine clippings to use. And so I put them around the kitchen. I made a little swag and put some clippings in my open shelving with all the copperware. I thought that was really sweet. Now here is a find that I'm so excited about. I found these four brass candlesticks, which was the perfect number for our kitchen. We have these little gaps in between the windows. And so we screwed those onto the wall, and I just did a little fresh sprig from our Christmas tree clippings and then tied one of these satin ribbon bows onto it. I love how this looks so much. Right now I just put in some taper candles that you actually have to light with a match, but I have some battery operated candles coming for these because it makes me really nervous to have real fire going, but oh, I love how they turned out. So one thing I always keep going during the Christmas time is my diffuser. In my little recipe box, I store some of the perfect seasonal essential oils, and this just makes the house smell so good. I have Christmas blends where you can do like orange and cinnamon, pine, eucalyptus, juniper berry, all sorts of yummy seasonal smells that just make the home smell delicious. And I need to show you where I put our little stocking countdown this year. I showed you guys how to make these mini stockings last year, if you want the tutorial and pattern for those. But I just put them on the baker's rack this year, and I need to get them filled still. It's December 1st as I'm filming this, but I'll probably just put a tree and then our names of Christ clay ornaments that I made last year, and we'll just hang those on the tree as we count down to Christmas. But I love this baker's rack all season long. It's fun to just add some color, but it's so useful as well. All of our mixing bowls go there. I love this winter art that I had put up last year and actually never took it down. So here it is, perfect for the season again. This was the first year that we had our finished pantry, and I was excited to just add a few things. And so before my herb garden went to bed for the winter, I clipped all this sage and decided to make a wreath out of the fresh sage. Now I knew this would dry really quickly, but that was also my hope. And so I just grabbed bundles of this sage and attached them with floral wire and made this cute sage wreath that just dried kind of whimsy and unperfect, but it's so nice because I can just go into the pantry when I want to put some sage into our meal and pull it right from the wreath. It's really fun, but adds a really nice touch in there as well. We have a record player, and as we've been antique shopping, we've been looking for Christmas albums, and we found quite a few on our last adventures, and it's been so fun to turn on some Christmas music on the record player. I highly recommend this item for your family. It's so much fun, and it's fun to look for old records. But the pantry just has some simple touches: baskets of oranges, a little tree, seasonal fruit, and it just feels really special in here. In the mudroom, I did not go overboard at all. It's a very functional space for us in the winter with usually snow gear everywhere. So I just added a few simple things on our dresser, a little stocking that the kids are calling the dog stocking, but I just took a vase and then grabbed some more of those branches and trimmings from our Christmas tree, stuck them in there, hung some of our clay star ornaments that we made many years ago, and pretty much called that good in here. I did want to add a few simple touches to the front porch. Now I went to, was it Home Depot or Lowe's? I think it was Home Depot, and saw that they had these swags from tree clippings. And I wanted originally to get some big wreaths for these doors, some fresh wreaths, but they were $25. So to get two of them, that was $50. Whereas the swags were only $7. So I did two swags for our Dutch front doors this year. And then I love to just tuck in some pine cones in these pots that I keep some evergreen bushes, which work great for the winter because they just stay green, and then we can plant them in the ground come spring. But just adding in some pine cones there makes it feel a little more festive. And then all I did was add a throw blanket and a pillow for the season on the porch. We will get a lot of snow drift up on the porch, and it just doesn't have a lot of purpose to add too much here because it's going to get covered with snow. So I decided to keep it very minimal on the porch this year. I pulled out a faux wreath that I've had stored for many years and hung it up and pretty much called it good there. But this place is going to be pretty magical once the snow starts falling. And just these simple touches make it feel festive right when you come to the front door. Now let me show you what we did in the kids' bedroom this year. So this little tree that we got from the mountains, I gave completely to my kids to decorate, which is so much fun for them. And this little country tree just works perfect in their country-themed bedroom. And this is where we put all of the like really nostalgic ornaments and keepsakes that we have on this tree, and it just turns out so sweet. I love the look of this in here. It's just perfect. And I just wrap a blanket around the tree. And in fact, I did that on all the trees this year. I just grabbed quilts and blankets and put it for the tree skirt, which is very affordable and really sweet. So these hold all the ornaments that they've made through the years, even what my husband made when he was a kid. And it's just an absolutely fun tree. My mother-in-law makes all these needlepoint ornaments for every married couple and every grandkid and great-grandkid that comes along. So those are really special to put on this tree and to get out and just remember her when we do that. On the beds, we just put a more seasonally appropriate throw blanket and then a little Santa doll and a little Santa bear. It's just those few little touches just made their room feel ready for Christmas and was absolutely delightful for them. Now let me take you into my daughter Kate's bedroom. I love this bedroom. I love the dusty pink walls and the trim work. It just is so cottage core, and I love this space so much, so it's a lot of fun for me to decorate. Now this white tree was one that I got many years ago with the brand's sponsorship with Balsam Hill. And it was seen in our last home, and it was really pretty then. It's got these pastels, and my daughter and I just love it. And she begged to put it up in her room this year, and I just thought it would be so cute with her pink walls. So I'm so glad we did that. And we had already had all these little pastel ornaments and picks and vintage ornaments, and just love how it looks there. We also did these glitter putz houses many years ago. I have tutorials for that on the blog as well. If you want to check out more of this style, if you really like it, go to my blog and search up Colorful Christmas. I did many blog posts on that. This was before I did YouTube. So the pictures are so much fun for this little pastel Christmas theme. But I could never get away with putting this tree up in our main living areas because my husband really didn't like this Christmas theme, maybe for obvious reasons. It doesn't feel too timeless or classic, and maybe it's a little girly, but for my daughter Kate in this pink room, I just can't imagine it looking better in any other space. So we were way excited to put this up, and I actually let her decorate this entirely by herself, gave her the bins and all the ornaments, and she did such a good job, and I think she had a lot of fun kind of stretching her creativity and doing this for her space. She also recalls these little figurines that I haven't pulled out for many years. We got these when I did the colorful Christmas theme in our last home, probably well over 7 years ago, and she remembers being so little and just loving these and just, you know, going into her imagination and playing with these. And so we pulled these out again and put them on her desk, which makes her desk unusable, but she's totally okay with that because she just loves reminiscing on these cute figurines that she enjoyed in her childhood. So I was grateful that I held on to all of this. This is probably the bin that she will decide to take with her when she gets married and has her own home, because she loves it so much. Now for my oldest daughter's bedroom, I just let her have at it as well. I didn't tell her what to do or what not to do. She dug through the bins and found all the ornaments that she wanted. She found our little tree to put up. She's my crazy plant lady, and she loves red, and so this room just kind of feels Christmassy already. So just a few touches made it feel very festive. What I did do was I was at Home Goods and I found this darling plaid green sheet set, and I thought it would look so good against her red headboard. So I went ahead and bought her those and then just told her she could have fun decorating her own room. You know, she's 17 years old, and I think it's fun to give your kids a chance to do that. I might have done some things differently, but it's her space and she was enjoying decorating it herself. So it was fun to come in here and see what she did. I thought about not showing you guys, but at the same time, I just wanted to encourage you to let your kids have fun in their rooms and to do what they maybe envision and enjoy. And I think create some great memories for the kiddos. there is not much to see in our primary bedroom this year. I simply put a red throw blanket on our bed and a green pillow, and that is absolutely it. My bedroom is kind of a reprieve from me, so I didn't want to make it more cluttered or busy. It's kind of like the resting space to get away from all the hubbub. So I just kept it very, very simple. Well, I truly hope you enjoyed touring with me and seeing my Christmas home. I would love to hear your thoughts. What inspired you? What kind of things did you like? Do you have any questions after watching this so that I can help explain to you? Please let me know in the comments below. My friend, thank you so much for being with me. You don't know how much I appreciate your support of my channel and my content. It means the world to me and my family, and we are just so grateful that you would take the time to enjoy this with us. If you want to slow this down and enjoy some photography of each of these spaces, please check out my blog at tibbetsandcompany.com. But for now, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. I love to take some time off during this time of the year, so my blog and channel will go a little quiet, but I will be back in the new year and hope you have a wonderful new year as well. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, I hope you have an absolutely wonderful holiday season.